After losing 6 seniors from last year's Western Mass Class A title team, this year's Pope Francis Prep boys basketball team wasn't supposed to challenge for another regional or even league crown. However, this season, the Cardinals beat the odds makers, enjoying another banner year. Steve Kiltonic has the story now of the team's dramatic run to the Western Mass Championship.
On February 24th, the Pope Francis boys basketball team played in the finals of the Western Mass Class A tournament for the second year in a row. Last year, the Cardinals beat West Springfield to claim their first sectional title under the Pope Francis banner. During the 2023-24 season, Pope amassed an impressive 17-2 record. The Cardinals entered the tournament as a number 1 seed, but had 2 close calls in their early round games. They squeezed by number 8 Amherst by 2 points, relying on a strong defense and the clutch scoring of Ryan Vitavelli, who finished with a game-high 26 and 16 by Garrett Anderson. Their semifinal against Holyoke was another nail-biter, as the Cardinals squeaked by in overtime 59-57. Their opponents in the final were their nemesis, number 2 Springfield Central, who beat them by 16 in December, handing Pope one of only 2 losses. Entering the title game, the Cardinals were the decided underdogs. They had never beaten Central, and in 5 previous matches had lost each by double digits. It seemed the only ones who thought they could win the game were the coaches and players themselves.
We knew we had it in us to get the job done, and throughout the season we worked really hard. We pushed ourselves in practice, got better every day, and we came to that game coming hungry and ready for a championship.
We all went into this game thinking we were going to win, and I think we knew we were going to win.
We had seen Holyoke overtime game, really gave us the mental toughness and really brought it out of us. So I think going into the game, we just knew that no matter what punch they were going to throw, we were going to have to throw some punches back.
Head coach Justin D'Alessio said the stiff competition during the season prepared his team for the title game.
I always try to challenge our kids with a tough schedule. So we played some really tough opponents this year, seeing Central, Putnam, Northampton, Holyoke, preparing the guys early for moments like this, and it's not about wins and losses.
In the first quarter, Central started strong, using its size to score on several dunks inside the paint. The Golden Eagles were hitting from the 3-point line and built up an early lead. Pope had scoring opportunities on fast breaks, but failed to convert. The game was physical, and both teams turned the ball over and missed scoring chances. Central was up by 8 after the first quarter and stretched it to 14 midway through the second. Jackson Mauer's 2 3-pointers in the final minutes closed the gap to 8 at the half. Despite the subpar performance, the Cardinals were within striking range. In the locker room, Garrett said Coach D'Alessio was optimistic.
I don't think it was much of a pep talk. I think it was just more like encouraging us to say, hey, 8's not that much to be down for. It's 4 baskets. We got to just stay together. We weren't worried about what they were going to come out and do. As Coach D always says, it's more about us. We're the 1 seed. We had to bring it. We had to bring it that third quarter and that second half. Absolutely.
The third quarter was the turning point. The Cardinals came out strong and changed up their defense, which slowed down Central's outside shooters, and their own shots started to drop. The Golden Eagles were starting to feel the pressure. Senior Tafari T.J. Reed entered the game needing only 2 points to reach the 1,000-point career mark. The Cardinals' playmaking guard and second-best scorer was shut down in the first half. He admits the pressure of scoring the 1,000th affected his play.
For me, it was just for me to get out my head, because I was in my head throughout the whole first half. Yeah, it was in my mind, because I had everybody there for me, all the balloons. So I was like, I just wanted it over with. I just wanted to get it done with.
With 4 minutes left in the third, Reed dribbled down court, sprinted to his left, headed for the basket, and banked it off the backboard.
With the Cardinals down 1, he'll look to take it in here. That is 1,000 for T.J. Reed.
I just wanted him to get it because I knew once he got it, he was going to be like a boulder off his chest.
3 Mayfield dunks and Reed's 7 gave the Cardinals a 7-point lead after 3. But the Golden Eagles were not done. In the fourth quarter, they hit 3 3-pointers and regained a 1-point lead with 2 minutes left. After a Pope timeout with 30 seconds left, Reed took a pass from Mauer at the top of the key and launched a floater for the eventual game winner.
TJ puts it in for 2. Central.
Vitavelli's free throw made it a 2-point lead, and Central's last-second heave bounced off the backboard. The Cardinals won 61-59 and reigned as Western Mass champs again.
It just feels great. I mean, not many teams go back to back, and it's just history. We made history.
The players agree the team camaraderie throughout the season helped them in their run for the title.
I would say we're a tight-knit team. We're always hanging out of school and in school, and it's just good chemistry we have throughout the team.
This team just loves each other, and that's what really helps with games, because if you're not bonded together, then it falls apart.
The Cardinals now have back-to-back sectional titles. 4 years ago, their record was 2-16.
I know how difficult it is, so to get one is great, and now to get 2 in a row is, I try to tell these guys, is really special, so remember it and cherish it.
Pope celebrated for a few days before the state Division II tournament began with an entirely new cast of teams from across the Commonwealth. For Reel to Reel, I'm Steve Kiltonic.
The Cardinals entered the Division II state tournament last week, ranked 3rd overall. Back on March 1st at home, they beat Archbishop Williams in the round of 32 by 27 points. Unfortunately, on Tuesday, Pope Francis was upset by Bedford in the round of 16, ending their season and dream of capturing the state crown. However, next year, the future looks bright. With 3 starters returning, the Cardinals will look to three-peat for the Western Mass crown.